between these two teams. I think you could make a solid argument for either one to do well here. It will be interesting to see as we get things kicked off. First 10 seconds in the Stockton half as Gino tries to make something happen downfield. Now Titanium Fire has a bit of space to work with, throws it into the Stockton corner. Josher and Busso both up with it, drops it down to Titanium Fire. That was an opportunity there. Good block by Bussy. Busso had no more help and had to give up to Dark. So already Nova does get a little bit of pressure on the Stockton side. Here's a good passing play between Gino and Dark. And turned away. Now Bussy has his opportunity as the defense from Nova gets strapped in and a good clear away from the Nova line. We'll see how this Nova team breaks out. Here's Josher now. First minute come and gone. Josher trying to pop this one up. Had no one to help. Bussy gives it up to Dark, and it's very tight here between these two teams here in the first minute or so.
And you did hear Stockton say that they were fans of Bussy's particular play style. They like the stability that he brings on defense, and I think that's a pretty fair assessment to make when he played with Rowan. I mean, he was a very lockdown defender over there, so they're feeling confident now that Gino and Dark feel like they've kind of been unlocked a little bit on the offensive side of things. I'd expect them to be a bit more aggressive if they've got a guy like Bussy that they can trust back there.
Still knotted here as both teams have had, I don't know, maybe half chances here. Not the best of chances. Both defenses doing a good job of getting this ball out, but the offense is maybe not doing as well to generate a dangerous opportunity. Here's Josher to try and set something up for Nova. It does come out to Titanium Fire, and he's got no one in front of them, and Nova on the board first.
Yep, Dark the only one going to be in position to try and buy time here, and I think he makes the right call trying to get aggressive in that corner because both of his teammates were both so far back, and you can't allow the opposition to just take a ball uncontested out of the corner. Was hoping to win the challenge, kick it up the field, unfortunately just slipped right by him, and Dark trying to do his best in a bad spot, and Titanium almost sets up a second goal. Diving stop from Bussy will keep the second goal from going in as well, and some pressure off the kickoff as Stockton able to handle it, but they need to find a way to get possession here. This has been a great couple of minutes of pressure from Nova.
Yeah, and the Stockton defense forced to deal with it, as again, Josher does a good job to at least keep this ball inbound for Nova. Good challenge from Busso to make things tough for Stockton. It's a great touch, though, by Gino. Buys a little bit of space for Bussy. The shot is going to be a bit high. Dark has some time to play with it. You're going to pop it up for Gino. He is there, and he does get the touch. Bussy all the way back towards the midline, as he didn't want to commit on it. Plenty of time for Stockton. They don't want to force the opportunity if it's not exactly the way they want it. Still the Stockton defense trying to clear this one out. Josher doing such a good job of being a nuisance down the line on both sides of the field right now. Keeping Nova on that final third. It's a great first touch by Gino. Wants to give it over to Dark. Dark tries to give it back. And I don't think Gino had enough boost to go. A shot from Bussy is a bit wide, and now it's up to Gino to deal with this ball back towards zone net.
Yeah, that was a real nice job, actually, from Bussy, realizing that he could go for that one. Titanium pings one off the post, and Bussy there to clear it out. But some great recognition from Bussy on the third man when he had that offensive approach. Just not able to get that one in between the woodwork there. Is again, you find Stockton kind of stuck on their own half. And a nice long clear, but Josher Squasher putting in a good performance here today. 232 in game one with 1 assist already on the scoreboard. So, you know, they're sitting there talking a little trash on him, but he's actually one of the biggest reasons they've been able to stay on offense for so long. And that is Titanium Fire dropping it on him.
And that is not the sight you want to see if you're any team. You know Titanium Fire when he's got that clean bounce off the back wall. He is going to drop it in a spot that you can't get to. And while the shot did come pretty close to Gino, he had no opportunity on it. Now a 2-goal lead for Nova. And for Stockton, opportunity has been very low. Only 1 shot generated for the Stockton side, while 5 from Nova.
And Bussy as well. Oh dear. Taking off the boards, and a very tough game one here for Stockton overall. And they still might be able to put something together if they score right now, but feeling like game one will be tied up in a nice tidy bow here. Dark with a chance, setting it up for Gino, but he's just too far back. Doesn't feel like he can get a good turn and push on that ball. So game one definitely going to go the Nighthawks' way, and overall, I think you and I were about to start touching on it right there at the start of the game, where we were both kind of surprised that so many of us on the desk, or in the analyst position, I should say, selected Stockton to go with this one. But, you know, now we find ourselves in the majority, and after getting just kind of shut out here and kind of just squeezed into their own half, not necessarily put under a ton of pressure per se, but really just constantly boxed in. Poor start to the series for Stockton.
Yeah, and I think that one shot looks oh so lonesome on the shot column there, and it does kind of speak to the offense that we saw from this Stockton team, where it felt like players had chances on net, but it was never a clean look, right? There was a NOVA player in the way. The shot was wide. You had to stretch out for it. You didn't have enough boost. Whatever the excuse was, unfortunately for Stockton, that full clean chance downfield never really materialized for them. And, you know, give credit to NOVA, give credit to Titanium Fire, especially on that second goal, really buy himself that space for that clean opportunity double tap. And I think that really was the biggest difference maker. I don't really think necessarily Stockton played poorly. I think they played worse than NOVA here, but I don't think it was a horrible game from Stockton.
Yeah, I agree. Bad start to the series, but not a bad game per se. You really just were looking and assuming that Stockton were going to be able to have a bit more even spread of possession, I think, is what we're looking for. So here in game two, you're just looking for Stockton to tighten the screws a little bit on that transition and clearing game. That's where it all starts. And obviously, it always helps if you find a spare demo as you're rotating back to really open some holes in that defensive line, as Josher unfortunately not able to get all the way around that ball and kind of forced to give it up.
And he's a name that we called on a little bit in the first game, where a player you really have to keep your eye on. And you saw it in game one, where Stockton had Josher just kind of be in the way for most of that game, whether it was down the sideline or whatever it may have been. He always seems to be a part of the play or on top of the ball, and he just presents a challenge for the defense to when they try and move downfield.
And Gino, I actually thought that was a great lift, but he didn't have any boost. Always a sad thing to see is Josher trying to drill one into the net, goes off the right side of the woodwork, and that is going to get punched up field from Gino, and that's that transition and clearing game that you need to see improve here as the series goes on for Stockton if they want to find success, as Titanium Fire continues to put pressure, and Gino Kopp forced to make a difficult save, but delivers.
Let's see if Stockton can muster up some sort of offense here. Dark pops it up, but unfortunately that's where the play stops, and a big clear from Busso. Josher is downfield looking for the back wall, as the follow-up did come from Titanium Fire, but so did Stockton's defense. And Bussy, he had a clean look actually on the net. No one was back. Busso was there, but off center from the goal. And that shot could have possibly beat him. I don't know if Bussy knew or not. Here's Bussy again, trying to force it through. Does get a demo on Busso. Might open up some space for Stockton. Here comes Dark down the sideline if he can get a hold of it. Not the best first touch, but a great demo from Josher. Gino is there to follow up. Gino, great pass out to Dark, and they will put it over Josher's head. Nothing he could do, and Stockton up one.
Yeah, just kind of looking at this play initially, couldn't tell if Titanium Fire and Busso miscommunicated or Gino and Dark were the ones miscommunicated. Turns out Dark was just waiting to see if Gino actually was able to get command of that ball. And Josher Squasher on the goal line, kind of figuring out what was happening as well from far away. It was tough to see, but Gino gets it back off the kickoff as well. 2-0 in an instant.
Let's see what happened on the kickoff here. It was Bussy and Busso, and Bussy actually went very square to the left of the ball, rather, and side flipped into it, and that just killed it for Gino to follow up. So just like that, Stockton score their first goal and then double it up, and maybe a third. If Bussy can do it, Gino's there, and the shot was too far, cleared away. A big opportunity for Stockton to build upon that lead, and unfortunately couldn't do it. Here's Dark. Maybe he has a chance, as all of a sudden the momentum seems to have shifted towards Stockton.
Ooh, that little mishap there in the corner. This is great play. Bussy throwing on the demos on the goal line. They don't really have a shooting opportunity here, but those two demos right there allow Stockton to keep fighting for possession instead of being forced back into their half. Eventually, they do have to yield ground, but they give themselves every opportunity to try and continue the play. And Gino with a little mind game, fake challenge, grabbing the boost, forced Titanium off the ball in the corner as well.
Ooh, Bussy had no boost, and that attacker bought it. He threw a little bit of a fake. Titanium Fire tried to give it back. Busso also came across. He does still get a touch. You see the Nova offense starting to ramp up a little bit. Great touch from Titanium Fire. Josher's there. The shot is on target. Dark couldn't make the save, and Nova get on the board.
Good to see Josher turn one in here because he had an opportunity earlier. This time squares it up into the top of the net, and Dark is... if he has 4 boost, he makes that save. But he's got 0 in the tank, gives it the highest jump he can get, couldn't reach it, and despite being in the perfect spot, still gets beat.
Yeah, no boost really coming back to bite him as Dark wanted the dunk. He did get it, but unfortunately still Titanium Fire staying behind it. Here's Bussy and looking for Dark. Everyone goes from Nova.
Oh, Titanium.
Yet still the follow-up is slow. Gino, perfect placement to put it away. And Stockton get their 2-goal lead back.
And now it's Titanium Fire's turn to get stuck in the net with no boost. He just sees it bouncing there and is thinking, oh, if only I had any amount in the tank, I could try and challenge this one early. But he has to wait for Gino's approach, tries to make himself big as he's sure that Gino's going for the shot. And then at that point, it's just Gino needs to deliver the right placement, and he squared it up.
And the defense kind of beat themselves there with that triple commit. And now again, this ball rolling towards the net. Josher does have enough boost to get back, but not enough to get past the first man. Time running out here for Nova. They really want to get one with time left. Titanium Fire gets over to Busso. Nova still threatening, only able to generate 2 shots, but they have spent a good amount of time on the Stockton side. Here's Dark, looking to put this game away. Gino couldn't get the follow-up. And now it's up to Bussy to buy some time for his team to get back. Does well with it, still forcing it downfield, and almost got through the entirety of Nova. Josher, as he puts one on target. Gino, great save. Dangerous situation for those defenders, and still able to come up with it.
Yeah, great save because it's so tough to read how that ball's going to bounce off the corner there as it comes in from the offense. And Gino didn't even think about it, just cut in towards the goal, made the perfect read, and just popped it right out of the dangerous spot as Bussy puts one towards Dark's net, able to react in time, and a welcome sight to see for the Stockton fans.
10 seconds left. It looks all but over here. Stockton have Nova in their own half, and a great response after losing a very close game 1 where we felt like maybe they didn't play up to par. Now, in this game, they picked up the pace. They generated a lot more dangerous chances, able to put up 7 shots here in this game. And that was the type of offense that I think we expected from Stockton that we didn't get in game 1.
Yep, the Ospreys able to turn around. Big Birds catch up to the Nighthawks here in game 2. And really, it was a well-executed game, I think, from Stockton. You were really just looking for that transition play. And even then, they didn't even have to work too hard on it. I think a lot of it was just their ability to consistently challenge on that Nova half when they got that ball over there. And it was making it real tough for Nova to find really any kind of opening. And they never really left anything open per se, I don't think, on the Nova side. It was really just a matter of, do they have the opportunity to, really find a strong, powerful clear? And I'm not sure that they ever really had an opportunity like that. Stockton was just playing the ball to the challenges consistently, or at least beating Nova to the challenges and forcing them to react a lot. So I think the speed on offense from Stockton is really what kept them up on that offensive front for what seemed like the majority of that game, despite the shot spread being so even.
And the Stockton defense were certainly tested. There were a lot of close calls. Nova seemed to have them on the brink a couple times. So that Stockton defense certainly standing tall in that game to earn themselves a win. And Bussy is going to immediately put one off the back wall. And unfortunately, Gino couldn't get around it. And now here comes Busso for Nova very quickly here into game 3. Titanium Fire didn't really call his name too much last game. See if he can make an impact here in game 3. Gino just throws it downfield, and he'll be happy to do so. His team definitely hurting in the boost department for a second.
Ooh, Gino, a little aggressive there. It's not going to come back to haunt him yet, but look at Bussy going for the 2 bumps on the goal line, leaving Titanium Fire all in his lonesome, but he is able to weave his way out.
And that Nova defense sometimes achieves. I watch it, and it scares me at some points. Those all 3 of them jumping after the ball, they kind of swarm around it, but Busso's going to get a second touch to talk about their offense, and they're on the board first.
Well, hello, Busso. Quite a goal to score here. He's only got 26 boosts when he goes up for this, but the perfect pass to himself off the backboard. Not an easy thing to hit with defenders on the goal line, and nobody on that Stockton side even thought that one was going to be able to have a chance of being on target. Well played, Busso.
The first goal goes in favor of Nova. Let's see if Stockton can respond back. Gino, good clear downfield, and it got past the first man. This is dangerous now for Nova. Bussy's coming. It's a light shot. Not enough in the tank to make it happen, and he didn't really have any options to pass either.
Yeah, he was kind of just hoping against hope that he was going to be able to put some force on that one, but man, that is one that really hurts. Gino will beat the defense.
And this ball hung for a bit too long on the Nova side. Gino very quickly up to get it, and he even took a second. There was a beat before he took off to see what was going to happen when he realized that his teammate couldn't get there. He helped them out and earns himself a goal. So Stockton do respond with a goal of their own as we're back to being tied up.
You know what? I really do feel like that shot from Gino exemplifies what makes the Batmobile such a powerful tool in its own offensive right. Since it's so thin, you really get that nice knife edge profile when you fly on your side like that. It makes it real easy to square a shot up and get it going straight at the angle you want it. That nice thin profile. Big miss from Josher Squasher. Oh no, it's not Josher, it's Busso, excuse me. But oh no, indeed.
That's unfortunate, and that's the kind of thing I was talking about. Everyone kind of on that right side too, inside the bowl in the corner, and unfortunately one touch gets by him and a big miss by Busso equals a goal for Stockton. Somebody's got to get a touch if you're on the Nova side. And now Stockton looking to add onto their lead. Nova's offense has been very quiet in this game. Sure, they got their 1 goal, but they don't seem to have the same pressure that they found in game 1. But Titanium Fire is going to get a gift for the second goal to tie things up.
You know, Busso misses one on defense and they get scored on. Well, there Stockton's going to miss one on defense and give up a freebie as well. So all square for both teams in that department. And everyone, I think, can just write that one off and say, yeah, we're still playing 1-1.
So a free goal, and we sit 2-2. Gino, I think, was a bit scared. He knew Titanium Fire was there, and now picks up the full boost. Titanium Fire just throwing head fakes all over the place. Actually got it over to Busso. Had the defense completely fooled. They still
like
able.
You, Corelli. That's what you do.
I think Titanium Fire is a bit better. As
yes!
Josher, right side shots off the post. Huge shot from Josher. Unfortunately, couldn't find the mark, and quickly down the field are Stockton. That's how fast things can turn on a dime here. You have a shot off the post, and then instantly you're back on defense.
Close call, and Dark really not helping the case. Scary bounce, and now through the smoke screen, a little bit tardy. Josher Squasher interfered with by Gino Cop. And it's funny because you were just saying the Nova and their offense not really clicking. Well, right now they're putting the hurt on the hospice.
Oh yeah, looking a lot better all of a sudden. Now they sit with 9 shots. I'm pretty sure when I had said that, they had maybe 2.
Yeah, then it just goes ding, 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 ding.
So the offense certainly coming alive. You can't say that anymore, that it's looking a bit weak, and that's kind of what we expect from Nova. But still, Stockton getting their fair share of chances, even with only their 4 shots. They've been able to put away more of their opportunities. Josher, no boost to work with, just throws it off the back wall. Bussy, huge miss, but Gino bails him out. Still, Nova waiting for that break in the Stockton's defense.
Wow. Titanium Fire dangerously close to an own goal there. Just able to let that ball go by, but I think Gino is doing a fantastic job of playing support on defense here. As Busso tries to turn in another one, and Dark lines up Josher Squasher, tips it to safety. Titanium Fire trying to do it all on his lonesome. And Nova continuing to push here at the end of regulation.
That's a massive save from Dark. He was in such a tough situation. Keeps his team in this game with 30 seconds to go. Now Dark, his shot is directly at Titanium Fire. See if Stockton can keep the offense here. It's a little bit too far actually over to Bussy.
Great chip.
Still the offense a bit afraid to move up. Here's Gino. Don't want to get an overcommit to go from Nova, and Dark's going to put it away, 0 seconds, and steal the game away.
So Dark lines up on defense against Josher, makes the big save, and Dark lines up against Josher one more time at 0 seconds and gets the goal. Dark, big stands on both sides of the field and avoids an overtime with a blistering shot from the left side. And Stockton will win game 2.
Oh my. What a steal from Dark, and boy, was he crucial in this game. Not only the defensive stance from him earlier on, but then to put away the shot with 0 seconds. A shot well earned from Stockton. And again, while they didn't have a lot of the offense, they are able to convert a lot more of the opportunities that they do get. And I think that's really important for a team like Stockton. They got a fraction of the amount that Nova had, and still are able to put away the shots and win the game. Unfortunately, once again, that defense a little dicey from Nova. 2 players committing on that ball with 0 seconds on the clock is not what you want. And it's been happening multiple times, that time severely punished.
And now, I believe I said they win game 2. I meant game 3. We are in game 4 here. It is Utopia Dusk. But I think Nova get that nice string of offensive chances going like they had at the middle part of game 3, I would be a little bit worried for Stockton, because you hesitate to say that they consistently deliver that kind of defensive performance.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I mean, the ball is in Nova's court to prove that they've got the put away power.
Here's Bussy for Stockton. Had a bit of space, but Josher immediately takes that away. Gino gets a second touch. He's going to put it away himself. What was that from Gino?
Gino, cop, what in the world is right? That's a big demo. Josher thinking Titanium's going to get it. He gets bumped and is able to recover back into the ball, stick right with it. Just tap that one in for a goal, and everyone, including us, just sitting here scratching our heads like, how in the world?
That is unbelievable from Gino. Great poise to stay with that ball. Knew he could flip back down into it. Boy, oh boy, that's one way to get your first goal for Stockton. We talked about them finishing their chances. They score chances like that, it's going to be tough for Nova to contend.
Yeah, they might only get 4, but when they score 4 like that, it's a good couple of looks.
Soft
Gino
pass
in the middle, and no problem.
Nova defense still holding strong, but only for a moment. Josher gets caught out, and Dark puts it away for a 2-goal lead.
Yeah, awkward. Josher's up the back wall here to defend Bussy's touch, and then he realizes just a bit too late that, wait, this is not a free clear attempt, and I got to get back. And unfortunately, he doesn't even have the boost in the tank to retreat quickly. And Dark able to drill another one past him.
So 2 goals up are Stockton. They lead in the series. Gino still working his magic downfield. Josher coughs it up to Bussy. Shot off the post, but second touch from Bussy, and a 3rd goal for Stockton.
Running away early. Some big midfield battle from Gino. The little bump on Josher as well at the end to make sure he couldn't even challenge Bussy. And he will turn it in, albeit with 1 extra touch, but who cares? At the end of the day, 3-0 in Game 4 for Stockton. The bump on Josher, beating Titanium Fire, pass upfield, and I thought that was 4.
Wow, and Stockton are playing at full potential here as Josher tries to slow things down, and he will. Nova get on the board first.
Yeah, cool down, Stockton. You're not through this one yet. Busso, that is a saucy pass into the middle.
Oh.
That's one you love to see, and picturesque placement.
Yeah, tough to save that one going off the inside of the upper V. And that's a very welcome goal from Nova. They got plenty of time here at Chiefs. You know, we've been sitting here complimenting Stockton and all the great goals that they're putting away, and that's all fine and dandy, but plenty of time for Nova to get back into it. 3 minutes, and they might get another one here. If Gino can't get back, he certainly can't. And Joshua again comes alive for Nova.
2 in a row. This one really just pops his way, and Dark, he could not commit because Gino was still rotating back, and Bussy just challenged in the corner, so Dark's playing a little bit conservatively, and he doesn't have the space to challenge because it pops right out to Joshua, and he gets the one that Dark put by him back.
So this game has become a whole heck of a lot more interesting. Nova definitely putting that offense to use. And while they maybe caught out Stockton there, those are the goals that you're happy to take. Here's Titanium Fire. He does find the back wall. Unfortunately, no follow-up for Nova. Still in a dangerous spot for the Stockton defense. A save has to come out from Dark. Busso.
Oh.
Little misdirection with his first touch. I think everyone assumed that one was going towards net. Josher, it doesn't get the best touch, but does throw it towards net. Bussy's forced to go, so the defense getting tested here from Stockton as the pace has picked up from the Nighthawks.
Yeah, you can see Titanium Fire, I think, really starting to try and force Stockton to respect the speed that he brings onto that offensive front as Dark comes up empty on a touch, and Stockton definitely going to have to give up the ball here, but nice bump from Gino, slowly delaying it. Busso all on his own, and Dark comes out to meet him. Great save.
Gino does get the touch. Dark gets beat out. Titanium Fire put one on net. Bussy, a little bit of a heavy touch from him. Still has no boost, can't get back to it. Busso comes barreling through in the midfield. Now Titanium Fire is going to come out. Joshua isn't there. And he'll start from his own corner. Gino denies. Joshua returns and throws downfield.
This one just heated up, didn't it? Quick pushes up and down the field for both teams, and finally a miss there means Gino has a chance to slow pace of play, but goes right back into the mix in the corner, so everyone pushing real hard. Gino finally realizing, I think, that he's got a little space here, but catches it heavy. Nova get another chance at it.
Just when you think one team has a solid clear, the other counters with just as good. Titanium Fire trying to deal with it in his corner. Full boost here for Joshua. Does pick it up. Has Titanium Fire to help. Joshua, it's his time, and Gino turns it away. Busso looking for that back post. Titanium Fire still there. Nova could possibly tie this one up if they can find some sort of space on the Stockton side. Gino, no boost.
Nice play, actually. He realized no one could take the shot, so he just let the ball roll and took the boost because he knows they can't afford to get starved right there. Very smart move from Gino.
Yeah, especially when Busso had used all his boost. Joshua, his shot is turned away, and under 20 seconds now for Nova.
Big block.
Dark trying to slow things down and get to the end of this game and to the end of the series. Bussy, no boost. He'll just pop it up. That'll take away most of the time left on the clock. Now Nova, they got to go the length of the field here. Titanium Fire pops it up. Joshua is there. Still Nova. Busso still keeping it alive, and he's going to have an opportunity here. Gino shuts things down, but
tough one.
Maybe Titanium Fire can keep it up. He does. As Dark will throw it back over the heads of Joshua. And I think that'll do it. Well, Gino's still going to keep it alive. As Busso can't deal with it. And Stockton will take care of business in 4 and take down Nova.
Well, you know, a fantastic win for Stockton. I think really put through the paces in a lot of different situations there in Nova, but really handling it with some incredible efficiency. And definitely Bussy, I think, really demonstrating that defensive stability that Stockton said they enjoyed pre-match. comes out with a big win for them. And, Corelli, I was ready for us to look like big brains, but everyone else apparently picked Stockton as well. So,
Yeah.
that's how it goes.
Well, this was an extremely close series, even though it was a 3-1. Stockton took a little bit to get warmed up, but I think after that first game, boy, they looked a lot better. And to be fair, they had to weather the storm quite a bit here from Nova. Nova definitely kept them honest, especially in this game with those long clears downfield. Josher was able to expose maybe some poor rotations from Stockton. Maybe that's something that they look at as they go farther on here in CRL. But Stockton do take care of business here over Nova. Like we said, 3-1. We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we've got more CRL action.
On 'em, but